Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh. Today we're out here with something brand new. This is the Karma Red Panda 30 cal. Now most of you guys, if you're in air guns, know about this rifle already. It's a 30 cal bench rest rifle. I think they're coming out with a PRS version, but this is the bench rest version. And as soon as you get this, you will know it's bench rest because it weighs about 16 or 17 pounds minus the optic. It is huge. And there's no shot that you would ever consider carrying this around as a woods hunter type rifle. It's purpose built. So today we're taking this basically right out of the box. The conditions aren't real great and I don't know enough about the rifle yet to go to 100. So we're gonna do this in progressions. We have the rifle set up with the Athlon Aries. This is the second focal plane bench rest scope that is up to 60 power magnification. You guys have seen this before on the channel and I alluded to having a specific purpose for this scope, and well, this is it. A purpose-driven bench rest 30 cal air gun. And what also is hot in the industry right now are these AEA center punch. We are gonna start out shooting the 50.5 grains, and what's the other size here? Then we're gonna go to the 45 grains. And a couple disclaimers here. I did get sent this for review for the channel. No promises were made, no money has exchanged hands, nothing. This is just a review gun like any other firearm I would get or any other air rifle that we get on the channel here. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about it. And that's leading into the second disclaimer is that they set this up for 45s. That's kind of how they leave the factory as far as I understand it. And they told me, hey, just shoot it how it is. It should be set up, don't mess with it. Well, I'm an idiot. I like to mess with things. So I apologize. This probably isn't a true representation of this. I'm sure there's a lot of guys making videos getting better results, but again, this is a progression. This is out of the box. I tweaked with it. Probably how you're gonna do it too. If you buy a new toy, you gotta mess with it. The only thing I messed with was the transfer port here. And but we're gonna see how it does. Part two, we're gonna wait till the conditions are better. We're gonna move out to 100. We're gonna play with the transfer port, which will affect the speed, and we're gonna shoot it at 100 for groups. But today, I wanna know what's gonna shoot better, the 50s or the 45s, or may have to look for other pellets altogether. But let's get right into the shooting. This should be close enough, and I'm gonna talk you through the likes and dislikes. So immediately, let me fire this up. Right off the bat, love this scope for, you know, bench rest type shooting. Definitely check these guys out if you're looking for around $1,000 with 60 power magnification. Great for bench. So first dislike I'm gonna hit you with is the probe. It has a pin probe here. Not sure if you can see that real well. When you cock this to load it, the pin probe does come out the front, and that's not totally uncommon. A lot of times that happens, but you do have to pull this back to load it. And when you're unloading it too, you're gonna have to pull that back to get the magazine out of it. The magazines are very, very beefy, but I just foresee me forgetting to pull this back. You know, once you cock it and it sits there, you can't pull the mag out. The pin probe is kind of interacting with the mag. You have to kind of pull this back under pressure to get that out and then back in. So a little picky, but you know, I'm being picky here just in case you guys are wondering. And let's see how close we are. Make sure you guys can see this not so well. The other thing you're gonna notice if you get this is right off the bat, this is not gonna sound like any other air rifle you probably ever shot. Let me use this level on the back. The target isn't level, that's why you're seeing a weird result in the crosshair. Okay, we're a little high. That is our first shot. I probably should have burned that, but let's see how the others go. Well, right there on top of it. Let me actually fire up. That'd be interesting. I got this out here. I wanted to see. Let me fire up the FX Chrono, and I'll call out what we're getting here. Uh-oh. Man, I don't know about you guys. I think I do that all the time. Pretty sure I was just about to double feed this. We're gonna shoot it with no mag. Yeah, okay, so 926. Did have one drift a little low on us. All right, let me get set back up here. We're gonna move over. I wish this wind wasn't kicking quite so bad on us. And now we're back, normal, little wind drift. I went back in the same hole. Same hole. Basically the same hole. So we had one a little low. And like I said, I kind of expect a lot of this is me having played with this. But we're going to go to the 45s too. Yeah, a little bit of windage, and we're out of that mag. We are going to shoot the rest of this mag, and we're probably going to shoot some steel. I think it's pretty close, just have a little fun. Then we're going to go, remember I got to pull this back, see here? If I got to put this in, that pellet probe interferes. It's something you'll learn pretty quickly, but it is a thing to note. Let's back off the magnification a little bit. Let's see, where were our groups looking? So we were, yeah, pretty much just a little right. Let's see what we can do here. Good Lord, they hit that hard. Holy crap. I mean, this is hitting as hard or harder than my 22. Crazy. Oh, I didn't held off for the right. There we go. You gotta remember, it's got that little bit of right push. This one's hiding in the weeds. Oh, nicked it, but I'm gonna count it. And the quarter. Can we do it? Oh yeah, not a problem. And do we have anything left in the tank? Yeah, so see how that wind's pushing us real right? Yeah, we're not gonna change anything right now. I mean, it's drilling a hole. Yeah, I mean, it's putting them right in there. I think probably part of this rifle probably only has, before we started doing this, maybe 20 pellets through it. I'm not sure there's a seasoning process to this. Like I said, we put enough pellets through it to get it on paper, you know, have the scope on there and kind of get things how they should be. Let's take a look here. And there's the numbers. You can see they're pretty dang good. We're averaging like 2.5 standard deviation, 10 for the extreme spread on a brand new air rifle. And we're basically shooting these 930 at 50 grain. So that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, guys. Again, this is a basically new air rifle. Like I said, I've got maybe, you know, 20 or 30 pellets through it before this. Let's see how it's gonna do. I can already tell I need more left in this guy. And again, the wind is not gonna do us any favors today, but let me load up some 45s. While I'm doing that, I wanna take the opportunity to thank our channel sponsors, Utah Air Guns. You're gonna be able to get this rifle at Utah. You know, obviously they sell all the really good rifles in the business and a lot of budget rifles too if you're not looking to do competition. Also, all the accessory stuff you might ever want, not only for air rifle stuff, but for regular 22 PRS, big gun PRS. I mean, they carry all the big brands at really good prices. So I appreciate them for sponsoring this because if you've noticed by now, there's no ads on this video. And we're able to do that thanks to their sponsorship. So if you're in the market for anything airgun related, you know how best to thank those guys. Go give them a look. Again, you're not gonna be disappointed in the prices, I can tell you that. So let's go on some 45s. Do want to go ahead and top this off. There we go. Give this guy a little bit of air. We're gonna have to play with everything here. It's kind of an awkward height, if I'm being honest, for this setup. Let's go to this right one. Oh, let me get it on the big screen. 966 feet per second, and yeah, we're high. We still got a little bit of right going on, but let's see if they settle in somewhere before we move anything. Okay, yeah, it settled into the same hole. Same hole, okay. Same hole. Jeez. Oh, and it just pulled one just out, but that is 22 long rifle precision accuracy. I mean, pulled one out. I haven't even played with this yet. This is just out of the box. I mean, 960 feet per second, 45 grain, which is more lead than I'm slinging with a 22 long rifle, and probably the same energy right there. Geez, all right, so we're gonna see if we can make some corrections here. All right. Go down a target. Okay, just the top of it. Okay, looking good. Okay. We need to come down a hair more. A little bit of vertical on that. And again, we haven't even begun tuning this thing. Not even close. That's a one mag there. That's looking pretty freaking good. I said I wasn't gonna do this. First, let me just look here. Standard deviation of 1.99. So yeah, we're right there at 2 again. I think what we should do is just play at 100. Like I said, this obviously isn't tuned to perfection, but it's doing pretty good. This will more be a test of how these pellets fly. We see how it's doing with basically no tuning out here at 50 yards. Of course, we're putting this together as a 100-yard gun. So let me zoom in here, get you guys parallaxed in. I know it's hard to see that reticle. It's a very, very fine reticle. Let's go after this plate. Okay, yep. Let's come up a bunch. All right, we're in the ballpark. We're gonna go over here. This guy's in shot. We're gonna fine tune it in. Oh, well, okay. Just send another one. Okay. Hair left, but hitting the same spot. I mean, this thing is sending these 45s. There's a little windage dispersion out there, but that's pretty much it. That's the first one that's dropped a little low. That's crazy. I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, and I felt the freaking wind. There we go. I felt the wind as soon as I shot that, picked up. Soon as we shot that guy. Let's come in a little close, hold under for the squirrel. Oh, dinked him. And we're out. Pretty freaking good, guys. Do I have other complaints about this? It feels really solid. The trigger is really nice, kind of what you'd expect out of the other high-end guns. The FXs, the trigger feels like that. The overall quality of the rifle feels very, very solid. The shot is a little weird. It's different than anything else. You're not sure if you're hearing it. It's kind of like it's just the sound of the shot of the valve. It feels and sounds very different. Obviously, I'm running that big old Ronin on here from Donnie, and that's keeping this quiet because this would be very loud without that. But let's take a look at this data here. 26 shots, 2 standard deviation. I mean, that's pretty nuts. So as far as part 1 goes, I think we've done enough for today. What I need to do is tweak this at distance when the wind's a little bit better and find that perfect setting. The 45 shot really, really well. You see there were several, basically one whole groups at 50 yards. I mean, The accuracy is there. I think I need to do my part in tuning this. I'm going to talk to those guys and figure out the best way to tune it. Might bring you guys along for that with me. But overall, very, very, very consistent. You can see we were 2 standard deviation. And that's going to be the trick at 100 yards, that really tight standard deviation. So once we find the perfect harmony of transfer port, hammer, and like I said, I'm going to talk to those guys before I just go in here messing with this. And we're going to get this thing singing. I think that this is capable of averaging ½ inch, like, or better at 100 yards based on what I've seen today. And I think it's capable of shooting 1 hole at 50 yards. We did it today, but not consistently. And I think that's on my end, the tuning. So I want to thank the boys at Karma for sending this in for review. Again, there's no ties to this. They knew sending it to me. If it sucked, I would show you it sucked. Obviously, of course, it doesn't suck because you can see on the target how much potential there is. We'll come back. Want to appreciate Utah Airguns for sponsoring this ad-free for you guys so you can watch it without the annoying Google ads. And obviously, if you're looking for any of this stuff you see here, it's available there. So go check those guys out. We appreciate them for sponsoring us. And I appreciate you for watching this. We'll look forward to part 2 where we get this thing fine-tuned in and really shooting. Lots of potential here. Thank you again. We'll catch you on the next one.